you won't believe me. It's much easier for me to begin with that rather than trying to get you to believe something, because I didn't believe myself either. And we discover that that is the greatest difficulty that we will have in our lives, is belief. Faith, belief, trust, all of those things that we don't come to easily. But then that is the thing that always holds us back, is being able to believe. But we don't believe because we're, as humans, inclined to stay where we are. We don't want to look beyond where we have been and go into the unknown of something. Because if you could have believed me, you would have this wonderful life, you would have everything that you wanted, you would be healed, and we would have changed the world by now. I didn't believe that either. But it keeps being shown up, and today I can no longer ignore that. But I've been trying to get everyone to understand, except I had to accept it. Because I was given the thing that could change your life and change our world. And you will look at that and say, no, that's not possible. And I tried to say it wasn't possible. I kept hiding from it. I put something out last night, said I knew that I had it, but it was too challenging to tell you because I knew you wouldn't believe me. Because the reason you couldn't believe me is because you hadn't seen it before. None of us have. How could I be 75 years old? How did I move through every difficult, challenging thing that any human could have and write a book about it, Overcoming Fear, A Guide to Freedom? How could I have done all of that? But you will look at that and you think that's not possible. I thought the same thing. And then I was called out again today. Last year they said, and I'm speaking of Wilhelm, that's the guide that I have, and they said none of you believed us or yourselves. Because otherwise we would have very different lives and the world would be different because it's all up to us who's doing it. But we couldn't believe that. Even though you're being shown healing, because that's all the world wants. That's all you want is healing and understanding and love of yourself. All of that was given. But to believe it was really challenging. And if you go to the website today, any advice for today, you'll see something. And that is the process. And it says, more of you will believe in yourselves today. See, because it's not about me, it's about all of us. It's, do we believe in ourselves? And so what you will see here is you read this message. As you see, you can download it if you want, but you'll see every single year on this date gave you something more to understand about yourself, because that's how we evolve as humans. I just happened to do something different. I did it as in the quantum sense. And so then what you will see is you go back, and if you go back to any advice and go to the second message, you will see yesterday where I put up Wilhelm's philosophy. And if you were to read that, you would see how you could heal, how the world could heal, and we could become quite wealthy. Because it has what any person is looking for. So if you're a person who's a marketer or knows something, or if you want to make a huge difference in the world, you would have believed this, and we could have been wealthy by now, because it would have changed our lives and the world. And you can't possibly read that document and say that that's not possible. There's no way that you could go through that document and believe that you couldn't change your life and help change the world. But you might not believe me. Or yourself. It's always yourself.